session start at 22, click on repeat the first time. Now cut you off, then start clock at faster 5. Click on repeat the first time at any time. That's what this means. So that means when they cut off, Twenty-two.
rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. That made me feel pretty powerful, I'm not gonna lie. All right, hello my friends. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Destiny Jones, and these are actually my last few moments of being student body president here at Riverwood. Yeah, thank you. No, seriously though. I can't believe that after all these years of attending these ceremonies, it's finally my turn to stand up here and look at all of you in all your blue, with our little caps and gowns and whatnot. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome all the friends and families that have come here today, this afternoon, some from nearby, some from insanely far away, all to help us celebrate this pivotal day in our lives. I'd also like to thank everyone, all the faculty and staff, that took part in putting on the beautiful ceremony that we have planned for you today. Now I'd like to give a very warm welcome to our guests from the Fulton County School Board who took time out of their busy schedules to be with us this afternoon. So if you would all help me in welcoming the following individuals, that would be absolutely lovely. We have our Fulton County Superintendent, Dr. Jeff Rose, here with us today. All right. We have our District 3 Board Member, Mrs. Gail Dean, with us. That makes sense. And finally, we have our District 7 Board Member, Mrs. Julia Bernath. Oh. Also, we have our Central Learning Community Area Superintendent, Dr. Nathalie Henderson. Sorry about that. Seriously, thank you all. Thank you all for being with us today. We genuinely appreciate it. And last, but obviously not least, I'd like to welcome my fellow Raiders themselves. Riverwood senior class of 2018. It's been an emotional week for many of us, debatably an even more emotional last 4 years. But we did it, it's done, we've made it. And basically, it's time to close out this chapter. So basically what I'm trying to say is kudos to us, basically. Now for a performance of In My Life by our senior ensemble.
There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed.
Some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain.
All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall.
Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. And although I'll always have affection for people and things that went before,
I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I loved you more.
though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
Let's give one more round of applause for these talented students. Mrs. Dean, Ms. Bernath, Dr. Rose, Dr. Henderson, faculty, staff, families, and friends of Riverwood, thank you for joining us on this very special day as we celebrate the achievements and graduation of the Riverwood class of 2018. Riverwood does a world-class job of sending our graduates out into the world. Many people have worked tirelessly throughout the last 4 years to get our students to where they are today. I'd like to publicly thank the Riverwood faculty and staff for their dedication to the Riverwood community and our students. These passionate educators have given their time, talents, and hearts to these students, shaping them into the fine young men and women who sit before me. Thank you for all you've done to make today possible. We also have 2 faculty members retiring this year that I'd like to recognize for their impact on our school. Thank you to Mr. Ron Marstall and Dr. Phil Neeson. You will both be missed, and we wish you the best in this new chapter. Now I'd like to thank the families of our graduates. Thank you for your partnership in making today possible and for trusting us with your children. We've done our best to love them, nurture them, and provide them a world-class education. We are so impressed with these young people and appreciate the many times that you drove them to tutoring sessions, took them to practice, volunteered in the concession stand, or supported them through the difficult times. Additionally, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank the Fulton County School Board, represented by Mrs. Gail Dean and Mrs. Julia Bernath, who are both with us today. These two ladies have been tireless supporters of the Riverwood community. I appreciate their efforts to share the great things that are being accomplished by our students and staff. They truly embody the Fulton County motto, where students come first. I'd also like to thank our superintendent, Dr. Jeff Rose, who's also with us here today. Dr. Rose has visited Riverwood many times this year and even took time out of his busy schedule to speak with our Student Advisory Council earlier this year. Thank you, Dr. Rose, for your support. Next, I'd like to thank our area superintendent, Dr. Natalie Henderson, who's also joining us. She directly supports the work that we do and advocates to make sure that our students are taken care of. Her support of the Riverwood community is greatly appreciated. Additionally, I'd like to thank our school counselors, Shimona Harrell, Sally Page, Kimberly Windsor, and Ebony Pano, for their hard work ensuring that our students were supported and meeting all graduation requirements. Further, I'd like to thank Ms. Anna Swafford, who coordinated today's ceremony with the assistance of Susan Murphy, Roxy Garber, and Sheila Patney. We are very fortunate to be able to hold our ceremony in this beautiful venue. I'd like to give a sincere thank you to the staff of the Cobb Energy Center. Additionally, I'd like to thank our chorus director, Michael Dodderman, and our band directors, Carlos Rodriguez and Jessica Lures, for providing the beautiful live music that we've all enjoyed. Let's pause and thank them. I'd also like to thank our school community who supported us through our organizations such as PTSA, Foundation, the Riverwood Athletic Association, the Performing Arts Boosters Association, and Band and Orchestra Boosters. Our students have had amazing opportunities that are not available to students in other schools. Students have traveled internationally, taken trips to New York for performances, received Chick-fil-A biscuits before final exams, enjoyed a senior picnic, and so much more. Thank you to the leadership of our support organizations, including Laura Shear and Jill Siegel, co-presidents of our PTSA, Erica Ross, president of our foundation, Mike McQuarrie, president of the Riverwood Athletic Association, Debbie Olson, president of the Band and Orchestra Boosters, and Gail Tolbert, president of the Performing Arts Booster Association. Now I'm going to speak directly to you, class of 2018. Your moment is finally here, and I could not be more proud of you. I honestly could not have asked for a better inaugural class for my time at Riverwood. You were so nice that even your senior prank pool party on the football field that lasted a full 3.5 minutes was respectful. I want to begin by highlighting a few of your many accomplishments. You've earned more than $8 million in scholarships. Your class includes 300, yes. Your class includes 331 students with 117 honor graduates, 40 IB diploma candidates, 70 international studies magnet students, and 27 members of the AVID program. By the way, this is the first graduating class for the AVID program at Riverwood. "43% of you are eligible to receive HOPE, and 37 seniors qualify for the full Zell Miller Scholarship. Five seniors were recognized in the National Merit Scholarship Program, including 2 finalists. 47 seniors were recognized for outstanding AP performance, including 26 AP scholars, 12 AP scholars with honor, and 9 AP scholars with distinction. 1 senior was awarded an Army ROTC full scholarship, and 8 of you have signed athletic scholarships. Additionally, 17 members of this class were recognized with the college and university presidential scholarships. This year's list of college acceptances is impressive. It represents over 155 colleges and universities spanning the globe, from Georgia Perimeter College to the University of Edinburgh and American University in Beirut. We know that you are well prepared, and we are excited to watch you passionately pursue your chosen path in every corner of our nation and throughout the world. These accomplishments, graduates, are impressive, but remember, they will never define you. You can never be defined by a GPA, by a test score, or any other academic measure. What will ultimately define you will be your strength of character, your ability to create, your work ethic, and your empathy for others. I've told you many times that high school graduation is a beginning and not an ending because it serves as the launching point for the rest of your life. Life can be complicated, but I've got a few simple pieces of advice that I've learned along this roller coaster ride that we call life. Lesson number 1, work hard. Don't be afraid of hard work. As a young child, I remember watching how hard my father worked. He would go to work before the sun came up each day, and he'd return long after dark. I used to love going to work with my dad during the summers when I was a small boy because I just saw that he loved what he did. I remember seeing a plaque in his office with a quote from Vince Lombardi, and I've still got the plaque. It says, "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we've applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand." I love this quote because it reminds me that hard work is implicitly valuable. Dad never received many of the accolades or promotions that he undoubtedly deserved, but his attitude taught me a valuable lesson. He worked hard regardless of the outcome because of the satisfaction he felt from applying the best of himself each and every day. This simple lesson stuck with me. The relentless determination to give your best each day will pay off and set you apart. Dad also modeled that it's important to love what you do. Find what you love and pour your whole heart into it. Hard work isn't so difficult when you love what you do. Lesson 2, say thank you and I love you. There are many words that you'll say in your life that you will later regret, but saying a genuine thank you or I love you will not be amongst them. Many people in this room this afternoon love you unconditionally and will be there for you both in the good times and the bad. They've helped you realize this great achievement today and will be there to push you in the exciting days that lay ahead. When is the last time that you said you love them or how much you appreciate what they've done for you? Start this afternoon. Life is short. Don't withhold your gratitude and love. Lesson 3, dream big. Walt Disney said that all of our dreams can come true if we only have the courage to pursue them. Courage is only necessary when we're faced with fear. Many people never dare to dream because they are paralyzed with the fear of failure. The idea that failure is the antithesis of success is flawed, misleading, and makes it tempting to accept the status quo in life. Don't get caught in this trap. When creating the light bulb, Thomas Edison said, "I've not failed. I've found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison had 10,000 opportunities to label himself a failure and quit, but he persevered and literally changed the world as he and we know it. Your perspective on failure will directly impact your ability to dream, and your ability to dream will directly impact your ability to change the world for the better. Lesson number 4, this one will sound familiar. Treat each other the way that you want to be treated. I've said this to you day after day on the morning announcements because I really believe it is that important. The world is not always kind, but I believe that small acts of kindness have the potential to change the world. Always remember that the strength of character that you have will carry you further than all the promotions and accolades that life can offer. Admittedly, this rule is simple, but it isn't easy. Anyone can be kind to a friend, but when faced with a difficult person, this can be especially challenging. I've seen the way you treat each other while at Riverwood, so I have an optimistic outlook about the future of our world. I've learned that Riverwood is special, but it's only special because you've made it so. The world needs more of the kindness, acceptance, and empathy that make Riverwood special. I challenge you to dream of a world that is better and to have the courage to make it a reality. A look at the nightly news shows me more than ever that our world needs you now. You are special because of your kindness. The world needs kindness like you've shown to each other over the last 4 years in our hallways and classrooms. You are special because you've embraced those from different backgrounds who see the world differently than you. The world needs your accepting hearts and ability to embrace diversity. You are special because of your empathy for others. I've watched you raise money for countless charities and even travel to foreign countries to help those in need. The world needs your empathy. Remember, your legacy will ultimately not be determined by your GPA, your SAT score, the college you graduate from, or the amount of money that you have in your bank account. It will be measured by the world that you leave behind. I've gathered a small glimpse of who you are, and I can't wait for the rest of the world to see your light shine. In closing, I'd like to share a quote by Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. Thank you very much. Now we get to start honoring some of our graduates. Each year at graduation, we honor our top 10 seniors who have earned the highest cumulative numerical grade point averages at the end of first semester of their senior year. Seniors, as I call your name, please join me at the podium to be honored for your accomplishments. Shelby Arrigo. Whitman Blass. Arthur Miltner. Maeve Munson. Mark Henry Olson. Caroline Price. Lily Snyder. And Rachel Staley. The Salutatorian is the senior with the second highest cumulative numerical average at the end of first semester. Please join me in recognizing this year's Salutatorian, Dory Balser. And our valedictorian is the senior with the highest cumulative numerical average at the end of first semester. Please join me in honoring this year's valedictorian, Saya Abney. Thank you.
You have 1 minute to get to class. The first time we heard this disembodied voice on the intercom on the first day of school, we made confused faces at each other and laughed. What was this new addition to the ding, 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 ding we were so accustomed to? As the day went on, we kept hearing this statement between every class. For the first few weeks, we heard this 4 times just during third period. Now, 9 months later, we barely even pay attention to this voice. No offense, Mr. Gardner. That is, unless you're running late to class. The voices of our teachers, family, and friends all play a large role in our memories from high school. Phrases from teachers, such as Mr. Kadish's, "Do not mistake my calm for permission," and Ms. Swafford's, "Hello, my sweet baby children," bring back fond memories of our time in the windowless old building of Riverwood. Likewise, phrases that our friends say, such as Raiders, Raiders, Durs, 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 at football games, and want to go to Waffle House, remind us of Friday night lights, Saturdays spent getting ready for dances, and all of the other fun times we've had with our friends. These voices shaped our high school experiences and help us cherish the bonds we've made with our classmates and teachers throughout the past 4 years. The voices of our family members will someday remind us of this time of our lives. Being away from home means we won't hear these voices every day, so it is important to listen to them while we can. My mom's, "Text me when you get there," and Dad's, "Can you pick up your brother from soccer?" are voices that I will especially miss hearing every day in person. I'll even miss my brother's voice, whining at me to turn off the country music in the car. All of these voices create the memories that will last for the rest of our lives, but we must not lose sight of the most important voice, our own. I have never liked the sound of my own voice. In fact, thinking about all of you listening to my voice boom through this huge room right now is kind of terrifying. But I really do hope that you remember my voice, or at least remember what I'm saying about you and your own voice. Please do not silence your voice because of the myth that one voice doesn't carry any power. It does. Do not be afraid to use your voice to stand up for what you believe in, to speak for those who are unable to, and to speak your mind and truly express yourself. One way we can use our voices as we enter the adult world is through voting. Now, please do not tune me out. This is not me going on another one of my political rants, seriously. This is not about politics at all. This is about using your voice. For 100 years, women fought for the right to vote. For even longer than that, barriers have existed preventing people of color from exercising their right to vote. This is why it's so important today to use our voices to elect people that represent us and our values. Our voices have the power to shape the world and the narrative of our country. Many of us either already turned or will be turning 18 in the coming months, so we will be eligible to vote in the midterm elections in November. The right to vote is something that we often take for granted, but we have been given the opportunity to express our opinions to enact real change in the United States and the world. All of us have strong, powerful voices that need to be heard. Do not allow your voice to be silenced. Get out and vote for people who will listen to you and use your voice to create the world that you want to live in. Throughout the past year, according to Mr. Gardner's voice, we had 1 minute to get to class. But as of today, that's all behind us. Now we have the rest of our lives to use our voices to speak up and to speak out. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my voice. Now go out and use your own.
I'm short. And this doesn't appear to move. Okay, cool. I wasn't quite sure how to approach this valedictorian speech because when they tell you to write one, it doesn't really come with a handout or an instruction sheet or anything really. That said, I had some very supportive and caring friends who told me in no uncertain terms, "You're a debater, suck it up and write a speech. At least you're used to it." So I decided to start the speech off with part of a poem that's very close to my heart by Audre Lorde, the greatest poet of all time. She says, "And when we speak, we are afraid. Our words will not be heard nor welcomed. But when we are silent, we are still afraid. So it is better to speak, remembering we were never meant to survive." Someone asked me at the beginning of this year what my greatest regret of high school was, and my response was that I wish I had gotten to know my classmates sooner. Although it may surprise those of you who know me as an outspoken, anti-capitalist, social justice warrior, I was actually super shy freshman year and didn't have that many friends, almost any friends, until sophomore year. Even now, I'm only just getting to know some really amazing people, and I wish I had more time with them. This class has taught me in so many ways that listening to people is important. Understanding that not everyone comes from the same background is important. And trying to make the world marginally easier to exist in by responding to the concerns voiced by others is important. I've learned more from listening to my friends and classmates through having conversations with them about the world than I would from 1,000 textbooks. And for that, I would like to thank you all. The world expects our generation to be great, and I know that people like the class of 2018 will fulfill that expectation. But not all of us should feel obligated to put the concerns of the world over our own safety and health. One of the most valuable lessons I have learned from the people around me is that we should all keep in mind that for some of us, it's an amazing achievement just to be here, just to get out of bed in the morning, because some of us, to quote Audre Lorde, were never meant to survive. The people I admire most in the world are some of my friends for whom I know that getting this diploma represents beating the odds and reminding the world that they are not just a statistic. None of us should have to measure our worth by a piece of paper, labels like valedictorian or like dropout, or what we end up producing for the world. Not all of us who entered school together freshman year are here today, but the people who are not here today are still a part of this community and still deserving of love. Trying to understand the experiences of people with different backgrounds and outlooks on the world comes from a place of care and of unconditional love. I know that talking about the power of love is more than a little cliche, but loving other people is the most revolutionary of acts in a world that is constantly telling us to hate. To be fair, love won't stop Nazis from marching in our streets. It won't stop our families and friends from being deported and put in prison and killed. But love gives us the strength to get out of bed in the morning every day. The world expects our generation to do great things, but without love, we would not have the courage to speak or the will to survive. And I hope that going forward, while the world is clamoring for us to share our talents and produce the future, we will remember to care for one another. I hope that we will make the effort to truly understand where others are coming from when they say Black Lives Matter and no human is illegal. Movements that society often tries to write off as not my problem and just stirring up trouble are generated to help people survive violence that occurs every day. Loving people and trying to stop that violence rather than contributing to it is our obligation as a community. I would like to take a moment to thank the teachers, administrators, and other staff who are examples of what caring for others and creating a community of love looks like. There are some of you in particular who I will never forget for your kindness and commitment towards your students, whether it's staying after school to tutor, making sure that people in your classes aren't hungry, or making your classroom a place where your students feel loved and accepted. Thank you as well to all of our families who make countless sacrifices to support us in reaching this goal and who have nurtured us into becoming the young adults we are today. We love you and we appreciate you. The other comment that I received from my unparalleled and mind-bogglingly encouraging friends when I asked what suggestions they had for my speech was, please, please, please keep it short. For those of you who tuned out after the first sentence, this is the time to tune back in. If you take nothing else away from this speech, please remember that you are loved by some more than you will ever know. This class is a community that has come together in beautiful and powerful ways, time and time again when one of us needs support, and that is not something that will end when we all leave. Please stay safe and remember that you will always have a community that loves you. I love you all. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to present the Atlanta Journal and Constitution Cup to a student who has displayed not only academic promise, but one who has demonstrated initiative, enthusiasm, energy, and strong leadership skills. This award is given to an exemplary student who serves as a positive role model for others to emulate. This year's AJC Cup is awarded to Joshua Benefield.
Good afternoon. Before I begin, I would like to just, on behalf of my colleagues and myself, to say thank you to the parents, guardians, and students for allowing us to teach you. Thank you. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to thank, I am pleased to be here. I am pleased to represent the Riverwood faculty in making this special presentation to a senior who is not just a scholar, but also exceeds in athletics and other extracurricular pursuits. The Faculty Cup goes to a young person who has a positive behavior, extra effort, and a can-do attitude, a representation of what is right with today's youth. It is my pleasure to give the Faculty Cup to Whitman Blass. Congratulations. You deserve it.
And that's Miss Mary Smith, our Teacher of the Year. Let's give a round of applause to her. Suppose I should get the Principal's Cup. The Principal's Cup is a special award that goes to the senior who best exemplifies the spirit of Riverwood. Basic criteria include academic scholarship, athletic participation, and demonstrated leadership. Most importantly, the recipient of this award must have a history of mutual respect for those of other races, cultures, and beliefs. I'm so proud to present the 2018 Principal's Cup to Destiny Jones. Class of 2018, I want to congratulate you on this milestone in your life. Your hard work and dedication has paid off, and your Riverwood family couldn't be more proud as you embark on this next chapter of your story. Now I have the privilege of confirming you as graduates. As the principal of Riverwood International Charter School, I hereby attest that all members present from the class of 2018 have satisfied all requirements for graduation as established by the Fulton County Board of Education and are hereby entitled to receive their diplomas and certificates with all rights, honors, and privileges thereunto appertaining. It is now my pleasure to introduce our representative on the Fulton County School Board of Education, Mrs. Gail Dean.
Well, it's my honor to represent you and serve you. By the authority vested in me by the Fulton County Board of Education, I certify that these graduates have met the graduation requirements of the state of Georgia and are hereby entitled to the rights and privileges afforded to holders of a Georgia high school diploma. Congratulations, Raiders! Woo!
Saya Ann Abney. Dorothy Hannah Balser. Destiny Jones. Joshua Anthony Benefield. Shelby Virginia Arrigo. Whitman Henry Nathan Blass. Arthur Siegfried Miltner. Maeve Ann Young Munson. Mark Henry Olson. Caroline Rushton Price. Lily Maya Schneider. Rachel Elaine Staley. Grant Harrison Reeder. Dylan Anthony Boger. Skylar Corey Gupta. Atara Tova Zibit. Ansley Lynn Tolbert. Megan Elise Eccles. Brianna Michelle Lang. Sydney Nicole Bullock. Savannah Simone Brooks. Jasmine Lene Beard. Carmen Sienna Hernandez Martinez. Thalia Renee Pryor. Shireen Regeb. Auburn Meadow Jennings. Ida Guay. Teresa Renee Riccio. Margaret Lane Daniel. Raina Alexis Abernathy. Heya Abu Daboud. Ellen Preston Addington. Ori Aflalo. Alondra Aguirre. Kenya Lizeth Aguirre. Jason Alvarado. Luis Alvarado Petaton. Harrison Chase Andrews. Molly Suzanne Antibes. David Samuel Antonino. Carlos Aranda. Valeria Nicole Atempa. Dedrick Demetrius Baker, Jr. Kaya India Barber. Benjamin Eli Siegel. Jack Darden Kurlander. Benjamin David Shanker. Andrew Joseph Ungashik. Joseph Thomas Virgin. Jenny Hamlin Barnes. Adriana Lee Berry. Ariana Rose Barton. Jada Cheyenne Bates Robinson. Christopher Jacob Bogus. Julissa Batista Flores. Evelyn Bello Ariano. Gabriela Beloche. Kevin Benitez. Brandon Benitez Leon. Christopher Lee Bennett. Clara Melissa Ben Simon. Thomas Chase Blunt. Devin Allen Boaz. Bashiri Kari Bobo. Justin Andre Bohannon. Liza Boyo Cruz. Ella Varner Bradbury. Paige Milan Bradshaw. Haley Breeser. Robert Breeser. Amari Carey Deshawn Brown. Griffin Joseph Brown. Molly Catherine Boakley. William Clayton Patrick Butler. Javier Calderon Sachica. Don't laugh. Pache Roniel Caldwell. Angel Condelis. Maria del Carmen Cardenas Serna. Malachi Bernard Carson. Hexen Aduel Castro. Michelle Olea. Denise Crystal Cervantes. Sean Salim Chagani. Lauren Grace Chapman. Courtney Lynn Clark. Harris Benjamin Cohen. Jordan Parker Coleman. Justin Farrell Coleman. Kelsey Leanne Constable. Joseph R. Camden Cook. Edward Cooper. Maria de la Luz Coronel Areola. Alina Cortez. Solomon Hakeem Cortez Alexander. Jorge Luis Cortez Lorenzo. Miriam Guadalupe Cruz Santana. Alejandro Cuevas. Shrujani Das. Anna Elizabeth Davis. Stinke Altarique Dawkins. Diane Rachel Ramos de Leon. Jean Deroubaix. Maxwell Earl Scoville Derrick.
Julia Sosa Diaz. Michelle Diaz Almaraz. Jonathan Donato. Samaria Rachel Driver. Peter Thomas Duncan. Andy Echeverria Palacios. Jabril Aaron Elhamin. Nama Yehudit Erez. Mary Crawford Esslinger. Tamiwa Fase. Gadila Tzvi Feingold. Morgan Yvette Finch. Rodolfo Roy Fitzgibbon III. Abigail Flores. Jesus Daniel Flores. Melanie Flores Belulero. Tyler Chase Fordham. Jalen Courtney Forrest. Cyan Andrea Foster. Hannah Rose Fountain. Ryan Phillip Franklin. Andrew London Franks. Prince Gaines. Sophia Bridget Galliano. Sophia Nicole Galvani. Ivan Alexander Garcia Arroyo. Juan Pablo Gasparin Moreno. Marentia Duque. Rodolfo Gasparin. Elizabeth Ann Goins. Fabian Gomez Salgado, Jr. Leslie Johanny Gomez Maldonado. Jocelyn Gonzalez. Luz Maria Gonzalez Sanchez. Osvaldo Gonzalez. Jashawn Green. Rebecca Esther Greenberg. Camille Ann Grout. Crystal Guzman Zamora. Dara Carrington Hall. Destiny Bell Hardnett. Jordan DeAndre Harris. Alexandra Lauren Hartinger. Empress Perrin Henry. Andres Hernandez. Jose Luis Hernandez. Jose Rafael Hernandez. Kelly Hernandez Mojica. Brian Hill. Peyton Jewel Holloman. Alyssa Paige Holmes. Alexander James Holton. Emily Madeline Horwitz. Sophia Marie Jackson. Stephen Jose Jackson. Jonathan Yale Johnson. Josephine Helene Johnson. Michaela Deanne Johnson. Julia Grace Jones. Kalaya Amelia Jones. Peyton Evans Jones. Arden Sidney Carish. Lauren Rowena Keene. Oliver Philip Kennett. Christian Nathaniel King. Sydney Louise Kahneman. Olivia Jane Koenig. Sarfaraz Kotadia. Asmir Rahim Leilani. Alexis Victoria Lambert. Olivia Raven Lampkin. Erica Brianna Lane. Caitlin Renee Lauk. Leslie Marie Laws. Sydney Christine Lewis. Kennedy Christine Lewis.
Madeline Ann Lieberman. Alexandra Vivian Lipsky. Fernanda Lopes. Ureli Lopez Zamora. Fatima Lozano Cruz. Dakota Nosa Lynch. Ahmed Fuad. Adelani Maldonado. Aldair Maldonado Perez. Adir Lev Man. Antonio Marcelino. Daniel Marcus. Simon Amos Marcus. Crystal Marine Lopez. Jake Walter Markland. Jacqueline Martinez Dominguez. Brian Martinez. Anna Candy Martinez Samano. Jabari Simba Moyo Marks. Isis Mayfield. Jordan George McCord. Romir McLean. Robiero Lee McNamee III. Maria Mendoza. Sydney Camille Miller. Justin Andrew Miller. Marlon Miranda. Rosa Melina Matazuma Mir. Maria Guadalupe Mojica Manje. Andrew Monteith. Mark Carson Moore. Bianca Moreno. Luz Moreno Santos. Kennedy Elise Morgan. Nasir Muhammad. Brenna Gail Munson. Emily Nava. Brandon Navarrete. Jocelyn Nicasio Deheza. Carla Nino Zavala. Landon Morris Northcutt. Diana Elizabeth Ochoa Bravo. Valerie Ogundepe. Lauren Omotosho. Isaiah Edgardo Ortiz. Puya Pak. Xavier Palacio Santana. Dinal Piyush Patel. Christian Alexander Patino. Jacqueline Pavone Saran. Caitlin Payne. Braxton Peoples. Edwin Pereda. Jackson Perez Olage. Ruby Perez Boyo. Kayla Trinia Phillips. Darlin Pineda Piedra. Celeste Rihanna Purtle Cooper. Alexa Ponder. Tate Poole. Sophia Catherine Porter. James Edward Prentice. Kamani Elijah Pretty. Destiny Pryor. Bailey Eliza Perman. Sophie Maud Quillen. Mia Elise Rader. Mazuza Rahman. Alejandro Cruz Ramirez. Wendy Betzali Ramirez Espiritu. Georgia Ramos. Reagan Kate Reeves. William Andre Resendez Candela. Sonia Vladimir Resnikov.
Brittany Chantal Rhodes. Stephen Rios. Jessica Joanna Rivas. So cool. Maritza Lisbeth Rivera. April Eileen Rivera. John Howard Robinson IV. Dylan Jesus Rodriguez Torralba. Roberto William Rodriguez Valenzuela. Caroline Rodriguez. Jacqueline Roman Soto. Diana Michelle Romero Figueroa. Carter O'Brien Rosenboom. Cesar Fernando Ruiz. Tomás Salazar Perez. Tommaso Salvatori. Marifer Sandoval. Jennifer Santana. Maritza Santana Aguirre. Brenda Santana Gama. Yanya Santana Pineda. Shahir Ramzan Sarcia. Reed Nathan Scheidman. Kathleen Rose Shannon. Stephanie Kreminski Silva. Edward Amano Silvestar. Juan Angel Sion Mendez. Talia Eve Scholar. Brian Adam Smith. Christopher Morgan Sprung. Maya Ashley Stapleton. Lewis Stice. Cynthia Constance Street. Tony Sue. Christian Sutton. Ansley Jameson Sweeten. Hugh Wesley Syme. Martha Yasmin Tames Garcia. Joseph Tarab. Christian Brooks Terrell. Bryn Marie Phelan. Charmaine Gail Thomas. Caroline Bachvarov Thompson. Osvaldo Torres Delgado. Lauren Cortez Valentine. Flor Isabel Valle Garcia. Jacob Isaiah Vale. Joanna Vasquez. Robert Vasquez. Jose Aaron Venancio Olea. Megan Ta. Julian Emmanuel Walker. Austin Cole Warren. Jade Shakai Warren. Morgan Avery Whipple. Miles Austin White. Chanel Williams. Joseph Corbin Wilson. Byron Bernard Woodard II. Joylyn Woodard. Grayson Winans. Bettina Zhu. Thank you. Arlene Strite Yagoda. Sophie Strite Yagoda. Luis Rene Zambrano Medina. Jose Manuel Zamora. Yorbarani Zamora Santana. Daniela Denise Zepeda Ibarra. Juliana Sofia Zitron. Yatsiri Suniga.
Well, Raiders, the time has finally arrived. A moment we have been dreaming of from the first day we stepped foot on Riverwood's campus. And I know a lot of us are already thinking about that delicious meal we're going to get after, so I won't keep you too long. Today, I would just like to leave you with 3 simple words: decide, commit, succeed. Decide. We are not products of our circumstances, but products of our decisions. Do not become fixated on finding the perfect solution, as there is just as much value in the choice as there is in the result. Commit. Commit to progress, not perfection. Commit to change and not stagnation, but most importantly, commit to being yourselves and not an imitation. No one, and I mean no one, is better at being you than you. And if we decide on what we're passionate about and commit to it, then success is inevitable. Winston Churchill once stated that success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Successful people see problems as opportunities and see mistakes as wisdom. They possess the resilience to bounce back despite adversity. And as we remember these principles through the next phase of our lives, enjoy this moment we share together. Truly appreciate the countless memories, experiences, relationships, and emotions laced in these past 4 years. For I know many of us are not yet ready to say goodbye. To our friends, to our teachers, to our parents. But understand that goodbyes are not forever, nor are they the end. It simply means you will be missed until we meet again. Even though we will be dispersed around the country, even the globe, I challenge us to continue to support each other and stay connected throughout the years. But what can I say, Riverwood? You have truly captured my heart. It's always a good feeling when you are surrounded by compassionate and caring people who truly want to invest in your future. And that is a clear reflection of what I felt here at this school. And while I could say that our futures will be good, or great, or even amazing, I don't want to place a limit on the magnitude of what we will accomplish. Now, Raiders, please rise. And join me in moving our tassels together from the right to the left, signifying our signifying our transition from a candidate to a graduate. Please remain standing as our 2018 Senior Ensemble presents the Irish Blessing.
Congratulations, class of 2018. Riverwood family and friends, before we begin the recessional, I'd ask that you'd remain in your seats until the graduates and faculty have left the theater. The class will recess outside to the front of the building where they will perform their cap toss. Congratulations again to the Riverwood class of 2018. Valued guests, please rise. In the class of 2018, you may begin the recessional.
Great job. Make sure you grab music.